The Chicago Bears had day 2 of mandatory OTAs today in the hot weather, and the offense had a much better day than they've had in practices prior. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears offseason update video. If you guys want more of these offseason updates for the Chicago Bears, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with offseason content throughout the next couple of months, leading into training camp and into the regular season. But in today's video, I'll be covering day 2 of mandatory OTAs. And by the way, all these reports, again, credit to the reporters for reporting these. I'm not at the practices. This is only open to select members of the media, unfortunately, but let's just get into it, guys. Okay, so today was an extremely hot practice. As you guys know, if you're living in the Midwest, it is hot as hell today. Okay, yesterday and today it's been over 100 degrees during the day. The sun is just beating down on you. It is extremely hard to be outside. So Coach Eberflus actually shortened practice both yesterday and today by 25 minutes just because it was way too hot. Okay, it would be unsafe to practice for longer than what they did. So they're still having very intense practices, but the coach is looking out for the players as well, which that makes sense. Also, guys, in this tweet, according to Adam Johns, Rod Marinelli spoke to the team before practice as well. If you guys remember, Rod Marinelli was the assistant head coach, defensive line coach under Lovie Smith from 2009 to 2012, where he had a lot of success, okay, coaching up that defense. So getting a, really respected coach in the NFL. He's actually retired now, I believe. Getting him to talk to the Bears, I love to see that. I mean, Coach Eberflus has gotten so many star-studded players and old coaches to talk to the current team. He's even reached out to Brian Urlacher to talk to the team, and Brian Urlacher does not have a good relationship with the Bears management, with the owners. So the fact that he's getting Brian Urlacher to talk with the Bears, that's a big deal. He's gotten Charles Tillman to talk with the Bears players, other Bears legends as well. And he, Eberflus is really into history and tradition. So he's getting all these old Bears legends to really motivate the current team and show them what this franchise can be when it's at its very best. So really cool stuff from Coach Eberflus. I'm sure the players love to hear from these old legends as well, because it really makes you appreciate being on the Chicago Bears. But getting into today's practice, and what exactly happened in today's practice? Well, according to all the reporters there, the Bears offense had a much better day than they've been having in the weeks prior, especially Justin Fields. Okay, in the weeks prior, in the practices prior, the offense has been a little bit rocky. The defense has definitely been on top, partly because, the defense has better players on it, but also, the offense is installing a totally new playbook. We still have a young and inexperienced quarterback, so the defense has been ahead so far, but today it seemed like the offense had a great day. So according to Adam Johns, Coach Eberflus said that Justin Fields had a really nice day today. He was noticeably better than yesterday, more completions and chunk plays. According to Adam Hogue, he pretty much said the same thing. There's better accuracy for Justin Fields in this offense. And according to Nicholas Moriano, he said that Justin Fields ended the 7-on-7 session with 8 straight completions to bunch of different players. Okay, Darnell Mooney, Velus Jones, Khalil Herbert, Blasingame, Mooney, Griffin, Mooney again, then Byron Pringle. So spreading the ball out a lot and having a lot more success in today's practice. So good news, guys, on Justin Fields. It's going to be a process, obviously, with Justin Fields, though. There's going to be some down practices. There's going to be some good practices, because he is a young quarterback learning a totally new system with mostly unproven weapons around him and unproven offensive line too. So there might be some rocky games, but guys, I stand behind the fact that Justin Fields is the most talented quarterback in Bears history, and I think that one day he's going to be a very, very special quarterback for the Chicago Bears. So it's nice to see him show some progress so far. Rookie running back Tristan Ebner also had a very fantastic play today. Okay, according to Mark Grody, play of minicamp, he caught a deep ball in coverage. We don't have any video. We don't have any other description of it, because the Bears limit how much video you can take. So fortunately, I can't show you what it looked like, but good to hear, I guess, right? Tristan Ebner was, I think he was a 7th round or 6th round pick this year in the draft. I'm going to be RB3 most likely behind Montgomery and Herbert, but he has some fantastic hands. Okay, he was used a lot as a receiving back in that Baylor offense. So on the Bears, man, there could be a bunch of opportunities where he lines up at receiver and catches the ball and contributes to our offense that way. He could be maybe the Tariq Cohen of this offense. Obviously, he's not as small as Tariq Cohen was, and probably not as dynamic, but has some of the similar abilities, and he's probably, I would say, like a bigger version of him in some ways. So good day out of him. Getting to some injury news then. So Kyler Gordon has still been out with an injury. He's been out for a couple practices now. He hasn't practiced much so far. Wouldn't worry too much at this point, right? Because it's still super early. I mean, training camp is still more than a month away. He should be fine by training camp. Don't like to see it, obviously, but not really hitting the panic button just yet. Cody Whitehair also missed practice, not due to an injury though. Coach Eberflus said he had some excuse for it, which was a valid excuse. Don't know what happened, but regardless, it was an excused absence. So rookie Zach Thomas took snaps at left guard, and not sure how he did, but it looks like according to reports, our offense overall played well. So he probably did, okay in his absence. And obviously, Robert Quinn is still not showing up to camp. We don't really know what the story is with Robert Quinn. Does he want to trade? Does he want to be on a different team? I would think so if he's not showing up to mandatory camp, but who really knows at this point? Okay, it's still really early. It's early June. You can't take too much away from early June. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news updates I have for you guys today. A pretty short video. Not much went down today in practice that was notable, so don't have a lot to talk about. When training camp starts, there's going to be a lot more to talk about because you can do a whole lot more in training camp in pads. Right now it's only OTAs, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts about all this news in the comments down below, and as always, bear down.